Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this Thanksgiving matchup. It's the Bears and the Lions, and it comes your way next.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a first down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Tobin. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. To throw on 2nd down. Tobin. This is caught by Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 19. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. On 2nd down, it's Gibbs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team is going to start. They started really well. Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of the team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot. Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
The drive will start with an option going left. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down on the scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves him at 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Herbert. And he's got some space here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now a first down throw, Fields. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
You've got plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum?
Well, dude, I think we're seeing it right here.
Well, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Fields. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Aiden Hutchinson in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. So they'll make that a 2nd sack for them on this drive.
And Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to move it down the inside the 25.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively. And then they got hit with that big play.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Claypool with another catch. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Here's Fields. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Herbert once more. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. Fields He's going to hold on to it. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Rolling to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble is 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Lions will take over.
See David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't it?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Now he's looking just to add to his totals. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
A nice throw there for the first down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think, a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know he's watched this game since he was, what, 4, 5, 6 years old, and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's gone from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Operating from the gun, Tobin. Wide open receiver, complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. From the gun on 3rd down, Tobin. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Fields. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to gather the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Back to throw. Tobin. And that is incomplete.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Bears take over.
But the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get into field goal range. Fields on first down.
And he whips that one incomplete there. After the incomplete pass here now, he is 2nd and 10.
To throw is Fields. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He'll go right back to Tunyon.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Fields throwing again.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
4th down, so they send out Trent Gill.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line.
The Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And a happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there as we look ahead to 2 more games later today and then a full slate coming up this weekend. Plenty of good games to choose from in that early window. We'll highlight the one down in Tampa. A big test for the Bucs at home as they'll get set to tangle with the Minnesota Vikings. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Denver Broncos. And lastly, we'll be tuned in on Sunday night for what should be an entertaining one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Indianapolis Colts. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. And meanwhile, for the Lions, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that should set them up well for the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
From the 44, Fields.
And that is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. A throw complete. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Fields. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. He really hoped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked for him.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Fields. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So here are the Lions to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. Throwing on 1st down. Tobin. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tobin. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you work on in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A big play there on the catch and run. 36 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 69 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They go play action here on 1st down. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
To throw on second down. Tobin.
Montgomery, another target and catch.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Well, we saw David Montgomery lead the nation a few years back in broken tackles when he was at Iowa State, and he's proven to be difficult to bring down in the NFL as well.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
They'll run on first down. Gibbs, give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal. Operating from the gun, Tobin. And in for the Lions, touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route, worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
From back at their own 10-yard line. Here's Foreman. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
On the option left is Fields.
And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
A handoff for Herbert.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, Parker, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. Returnable here from the 38.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tobin.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
79 yards on the ground so far for Montgomery. It's a first down. The carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to start this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. Oh, a heck of a move. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Gibbs. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. From the gun on 3rd down. Tobin. Oh, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now, anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Aiden Hutchinson
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coach always said, guys, you got to earn your right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he hits a bit short here of the 1st down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Fourth down, Fields has to have this one.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. To throw on 2nd down. Tobin. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Tobin, man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. That is first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Looking to throw. Tobin. And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. It's their quarterback. His second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. They've already been on record as saying, hey, if our rookie quarterback's going to tuck it and run on a scramble, we kind of hold our breath. Well, that was a maybe no, yes, as he's able to get into the end zone.
Are you saying he's got to learn where the line is about whether you keep your eyes downfield trying to find a receiver or you tuck it and go? And I think there's going to be some growing pains with that. I think in this case, he made the right decision.
And we know he's got the speed. He showed it there.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Now a first down throw. Fields.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Back to throw. Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, they're going to give you 4 sacks a game. You're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming from the quarterback.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Here's a give to Herbert.
And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
And then we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here comes the Bears punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. So out now come the Lions.
It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And here now to punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. To throw again on 2nd down.
Fields.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
3rd and 2, Fields.
Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
On 1st down, it's Fields. This one complete to Tunyon underneath.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw here into the hands of Moore.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
On 1st down, Fields.
And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping.